We've already looked at graphing a couple of different ways in this section. What we're going to look at in this particular set of examples is we're going to look at how you would write an inequality statement from a graph. In the last two videos we've looked at how to graph an inequality statement. In this section we're going to go backwards. So let's say we started off with a graph that looked like this. And we want to know what inequality statement that represents. Well, the first thing we're going to look at is what number is our point on. In this case, it's on the 4. We also are going to need a variable. Our variable is always on the left. Let's just use x. You can use any variable you would like. We'll use x on the left, and 4 is our number that goes on the right-hand side. Now, in the middle here, we're going to need our inequality symbol. Well, the first thing we notice is that our option, our dot here, was an open dot, which gives us two options. It means we could have a less than or a greater than, because these are the two inequality signs that are represented by an open dot. So next, to decide which one of these we're going to use, we're going to look at our shading. In this case, it was shaded, the graph is shaded to the right. It's shaded towards the 5. 5 is larger than 4, so we're looking at all of the numbers that are greater than 4. So our inequality statement then is x is greater than 4. Another example, if we had this graph right here. Okay, again, we need a variable. I'll use x again, and our number that our dot is on, 10.5. In the center, we're going to need the symbol. Well, in this case, we have a closed dot, so we know we're going to have either a greater than or equal to or a less than or equal to, because those are the two symbols that are represented by a closed dot. To decide which one of these we're going to use, we look at our shading. We're shading to the right, which means these are all the numbers larger than 10.5. So we need a greater than or equal to, and that would be our inequality statement. Let's look at one more. If this was our graph, we have our number line with a 7, and let's make this one a -7. And this would be a -6 here and a -8 here. And if we were shaded this way, what inequality is represented by that graph? Well, again, we've got our variable and our number, and in the center of those we need to write our symbol. Again, we have a closed circle, so our options are greater than or equal to, or it could be a less than or equal to. Since this time we're shading to the left are all the numbers smaller than -7, which means we are going to use the less than or equal to. So this graph here represents the inequality statement x is less than or equal to 7.